Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with the love of my life. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there, trying to do my
Yes.
best not to freeze.
Freeze, girl. It's been hot in Florida for the past few days.
But
I
it's
still have
cold
been
in
wearing a
here.
hoodie. I still have been wearing my hoodie.
And that's why you're not cold and I am. I don't like to wear a hoodie around the house. Nick doesn't understand that concept. I want to be comfortable. I will walk around this naked if I could, but it's just not feasible because it's so cold.
The first thing that I want to talk about is this clip that I came across from Fannita, and I have not seen a Fannita clip over on TikTok in a good long while,
Been
I
a
feel
minute.
like. But there's this clip going around of Fannita talking about cancellations on her podcast, and basically she said, there's no such thing as cancellations, because as long as you guys are allowing like schmetophiles, offenders, predators, racists, all of the above to get like called out, but then still come back and have a career that's much larger than what it was before. Because over on TikTok, Jeffree Star was able to rebrand himself. James Charles was able to rebrand himself. Jaclyn Hill has been able to rebrand herself over there. It's not going as well for Jaclyn Hill though, because we all know the Beam collaboration that she did.
Tanked.
Checked again, just because you guys commented, you wanted me to keep you updated. Still only 76 units
That's insane.
sold over on TikTok. It must not be. I'm trying to give Jaclyn the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's not calculating correctly.
Over that amount of time, girl,
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
As long as rapists, pedophiles, and sexual abusers have a platform, I'm not going nowhere. Gag that. And when y'all start packing them up, then we can really have a real conversation. But as long as they get their platforms, they can come out with their makeup palettes and their perfumes and their foundations and eyeliners after they done did blackface and called black women monkeys and wanted to throw acid on a black woman. As long as they can come back on here and talk their shit and y'all still gas them up, y'all ain't gonna jump me for an opinion. Because what I say is literally just my opinion. It's not even a fact. Like, it can't even be debunked. Because I just be saying shit. Like, it's not like you can be like, well, Fannita actually, like, it's just me saying something random. Like, you can't give me capital punishment for an opinion. But as long as y'all let these sexual abusers and rapists get their platforms back, I'm gonna still sit pretty in my chair.
After watching the Fannita clip, I have to agree, because every single person that's been called out for really shitty behavior and just disgusting actions has come back, and now they either have a very successful podcast. I'm talking about Tana, Trisha, for that matter. We can put her in there as well. Jeffree is doing better than ever, apparently, over on TikTok being a recycler.
Yep.
And James Charles painted.
Yeah, that's
Hello?
literally why I don't even care anymore. I'm going to do and say what I want.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to try to be offensive or hurt people's feelings or say something awful. But like,
I might try to
you're
hurt
not
their
going to
feelings a little
cancel
more.
me when there's people out here like James Charles that still get to have a platform and do whatever they want and make millions of dollars. Fuck that.
Before we go any further in this video, I do want to say thank you to MD Hair for reaching out and sponsoring my channel and literally saving my hair, scalp, and joints, y'all. I am 36 years old now. These knee joints, saving my joints for the last several months. If you are not familiar with MD Hair, and I'm gonna be completely honest with everyone out there, neither was I, but I did research them a little bit before I even entertained the idea of doing this sponsorship. MD Hair is the world's first medical grade hair growth treatment that's targeted to the exact cause of the hair loss. Now girl, as you get older, nobody has time to be balding, certainly not me. So MD Hair sent me their hair regrowth kit, which includes a shampoo and conditioner, and I have to say, these are the star of the show for me because I am so freaking particular when it comes to a shampoo, and I love one that has a lot of tea tree in it. I've honestly not been able to find a tea tree shampoo that I can enjoy but also not have to worry about getting a dry and flaky scalp. These work amazing together. Even Dustin is obsessed with these, and he's very particular about what he puts on his head as well. All of MD Hair products are dermatologist tested, as well as cruelty-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, and just not full of that nasty stuff that you can find in a lot of products that are on the market. The customized hair care shampoo has keratin, biotin, rosemary leaf oil, pumpkin seed oil, argan oil, and tea tree oil. Along with the shampoo and conditioner that you get in the hair regrowth kit, it comes with a customized hair care serum right here that I'm gonna hold back because my camera does not want to focus. It also comes with a 30-day supply of a hair wellness supplement, and personally for me, I did not take these just because I already have a ton of supplements that I take that literally make up the back of this supplement label. MD Hair also sent me this marine collagen that I've been mixing into my meal replacement shake every single morning. This has wild caught deep sea Alaskan pollock, I think that's how you say that, and hyaluronic acid as well as vitamin C. If you know me or you've ever seen me on a live stream, I will definitely be complaining about the fact that my knees at the age of 36 start to like creak and crack. You could hear me coming from a mile away if I was trying to sneak up. So this marine collagen is really the only thing that I've like introduced into my like supplement routine that's new. I've been using this for about about a month now, and I have to say, like, within the 2-week range of using this product, I feel like my joints are not as bad as they used to be. If you were interested in checking out the hair regrowth kit or the marine collagen from MD Hair, please use the link below where you can go over to their website and do your own scalp analysis as well as a quiz to figure out what treatment is specific for you. If you decide that you want to go further and you want to check out MD Hair for yourself, they were kind enough to give me a 70% off code that is voice70, and that's going to be 70% off all customized products. So with that said, I'm going to go wash my hair and I'm going to go get a haircut at a new place, because literally the last time, you guys, scalped, I had no freaking hair, and you guys would have known that because I always wear a hat. But I do honestly feel because of MD Hair, it grew back a lot faster and it looks a lot thicker. Let's get back to the video. Speaking of not caring, you know Hawk Tour Girl? She's apparently in a lot of trouble for a crypto scam where she literally made a shit ton of money and then pieced out. She hasn't been seen online.
I cannot stand
in like 2 weeks.
Hawk Tour Girl. Like,
hot
who?
minute.
Why? If you lost
long
money,
15 minutes.
if you lost money behind that crypto scam, you deserve it. Like, how embarrassing. Imagine being married to somebody and them saying, oh yeah, I blew our whole life savings on Hawk Tour coins.
I'm still one of the ones that, honestly, I didn't think it was that funny when Hawk Tour first became a thing.
It wasn't.
Like, the fact that it amplified her to have this, like, well, had this career on social media, and now everyone knows she's a scammer. I just never understood it. It's kind of like one of those things, like making stupid people famous.
Girl, she was on her 14th minute of fame the moment that went viral.
It's not funny.
She had no consistency. She was not funny. She was not relatable. It was so weird to watch her with other people that were actually social media influencers,
Like
her trying to
Tana.
navigate that whole thing.
The next thing that I want to talk about is Patrick Ta once again, but not so much him, because I just have to give a little bit of an update, because we all know he was called out the other week for not paying a black creator. And then it trickled down in other POC influencers out there that have had dealings with Patrick Ta that were wronged in any way, have started making their own TikToks. I honestly still cannot believe that Patrick Ta uploaded 2 apology videos with the same script. Only one of them had tears. Still don't understand what the like thought process was behind that.
That was like so 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe he did that intentionally to even...
The gray hoodie?
Yeah, like maybe to hype it up some more.
It was a crisp gray hoodie too. It was a good one.
Maybe he was in a dark place.
Yeah. So on the Patrick Ta social media, this was on TikTok, they said, to our Patrick Ta beauty community, over the weekend, a video was posted from one of our partners calling out a missing payment. We have reached out to the creator directly and will ensure this matter is resolved quickly. Patrick Ta Beauty was founded on the importance of community and has continued to grow with creators at the center. This is at the heart of what our brand has always been about. Whether you're a creator, a customer, or a member of our beauty community, we never want you to question where you put your support. And then it goes on with the caption and says, we made an internal mistake and have paid the creator in full for her work. That's completely different than the statement that was above, where they said they are going to quickly work to get it resolved. Okay, whatever, they paid her. Patrick Ta Beauty is what it is today because of our community. We have always and will continue to stand firmly in our support of equitable treatment and compensation for our partners and the industry at large. We are conducting an audit of our internal processes and are taking steps to ensure this does not happen again. Okay, Patrick Ta. Well, there is now another beauty brand that is getting called out with a viral TikTok, and that is Juvias Place. This lady in this TikTok is claiming that she did some work for Juvias Place and they have not paid her, and she wants compensation.
So I've been debating on talking about this for months now, and normally, like, my normal reaction to me being scammed is coming online, screaming on the top of my lungs, making sure everyone knows how the fuck I feel. And I felt very silenced these past few months because, like, legally, I signed a contract. Now, the brand I'm going to be referencing in this video, they did not uphold their side of the contract, so therefore the contract is null. So basically, I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I will. Thank you. Okay, so I think in the summertime, honestly, I think it was last spring is when I had made the first video, but Juvias Place had reached out to me to work on some campaigns with them, create content for them. I was so excited, so honored that a brand that I had bought for years and I had loved for a really long time and always seen in Ulta, like, recognized me. I was like, this is so fucking cool. I make the content for them, whatever. I do a second campaign with them, and I hadn't even gotten paid for the first one, but I'm just like, oh, like, that's how, like, influencer things work. It takes a while to, like, get the payment for some companies and whatever. So I do the second campaign. They reach out for a third campaign, and it had already been, like, at least a month, like maybe more, maybe 2 months when they had reached out for the third campaign. And by this point, I had just signed with my publicist, and I don't have an agency or a management agency or anything like that. I literally just have my publicist. She's working overtime. She's awesome, but she'll help me with some stuff like that. And so I tell her about the whole thing. She reaches out to them, And now it's been months of her reaching out to them and being like, what's going on? Where's the payment? Blah, 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 blah. Like, we're going to get lawyers involved. It's this whole thing. And like, I could like fully do that. I could fully sue them. I don't even want to, because I just want to sit here and do this. I just want everyone to know that you literally reached out to me to make content for you and then literally scammed me. For what reason, I'm not sure. I don't know if you're like, oh, she's a smaller creator, so no one's gonna care. Babe, I care. And I am relentless when I am angry. And I have been angry now for months. And I'm not gonna sit here and threaten people like I would love to and curse a bunch like I would also love to. I just want to say how disheartening it is and how truly disgusting it is to reach out to a smaller creator who you know is busting their ass, working overtime, trying to make their dreams happen, and here you come just to scam me. It's disappointing. I will never buy a Juvias Place product ever again in my life. I would never recommend a Juvias Place product ever again in my life. And I really regret not like searching up more about their company before I had signed that contract. I had only known about Juvias Place like because of like stuff I had seen in the store or products I had tried or videos talking good about them. I had never seen the hundreds of countless videos of other people saying that they hadn't been paid either. I never saw that. And what's really even worse is that there's like huge influencers like Michaela, I don't know her last name, but Michaela with the accent, y'all know her, with her posting sponsored posts for Juvias Place, and I'm like, that's so funny because I bet you they paid her. I bet you they paid her. And like, I can't even imagine how measly my rate was compared to like even what hers is. Like, it's just the whole thing. The whole thing is a fucking headache, and I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because you wasted my time and made me look like an idiot for what? For your own benefit?
I'm shocked by this, honestly, because I've worked with Juvia's Place in the
I have
past,
too.
and it was a great experience. I loved working with them, so to hear that is kind of shocking.
I feel like I don't normally hear drama with Juvia's Place. The one thing I ever hear about them is people like loving their products, how pigmented the eyeshadow palettes are. Those palettes are really pretty.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They are.
If I had to pick between the two, Patrick Ta and Juvia's Place making things right, I would think the
Juvia's Place.
this has to be a mess up on Juvia's Place. Like, this has to be like a mistake or something. I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt because, like you said, we hardly ever hear any kind of issues with them.
On the other hand, we always hear things about Patrick Ta. Like, he's always in drama. He had mold in his products. He's apparently not paying his creators. This is honestly starting to sound like a Jaclyn Hill business. Remember when they did that pull up or shut up thing for businesses to like show how many POC employees they had, and Jaclyn Hill had to hire one?
Yeah.
She had to
'Cause
say
she
that
had-
we're going to.
because
I'm
she
gonna go
had
hire
no
a
black
friend.
friends.
So moving on from that, I want to talk about Trisha Paytas right now because she is apparently in some big trouble over on social media. Jeffree Star fans are not happy with her. They're kind of lashing out.
They're pissed.
But as we all know, Jeffree Star went on the Just Trish podcast. He also went on the Canceled podcast, which did not receive the best like response from people on social media. He actually was getting dragged, so was Tana as well as Brooke. Well, Trisha put the brakes on the episode with Jeffree Star, and she went into a little bit more detail on her podcast as to why.
Yeah, we're like running class close out of time, but
Oh, yeah.
I just talk about very quickly because I just feel like talking about this saying like I don't want drama, and then it's like let me talk about this so it creates drama. Someone asked me at my live show yesterday this question. I answered it. It got clipped. I was like, let me just talk about it. It's not that I haven't been avoiding it. I just know talking about it creates more drama. So me being like, I didn't want the drama, so me talking about it creates more drama. But it's been talked about. Adam's talked about it, and people speculate. And I just thought I would talk about it. And not to go into 2025 because literally all the comments are always like, where is the Jeffree episode? Which is kind of like camp at this point now. It's kind of like the Rainbow Birkin. It's kind of just like the comment we get, kind of like Moses, where are the cats? Like it just becomes a thing at this point. And we'll just, what if we just kept teasing it? Like the Jeffree episode coming next week, you know? But no, it's really not that deep, not that serious. I've actually like talked to Jeffree. Like Jeffree's like, if you don't want to post the video, like it was a while ago or whatever. And he's like, if you don't want to post it, like I understand. Lots of like reasons went into this. What I realized doing the podcast is obviously our beef or whatever is so minor compared to things we talked about Dramageddon, and to us it was just a fun little key. Like to me it was like so almost like silly. It was because we're not involved with it. I was like, God, this is actually so silly. There is a lot of like darkness to it before even the Jeffree of it all got involved. But then Jeffree was here and I realized like it's not a cute key for him or like other people involved. Like there's a lot of like, I won't even say bad feelings. I think there's just a lot of unresolved feelings between everybody. So much I don't want to say miscommunication, but just there's just a lot happening there. And it's like, and while he was here, he's like, I'm so tired of talking about this. But he was like, I'll talk about it because you asked. So then I kind of felt bad. And I feel that. I feel it in a way where it's like, ugh, I don't want to talk about things, but when people bring it up, and Jeffree's very much like, I'll talk about whatever. He does like TikTok live and stuff. But he's like, I just don't want to talk about, like, I'm just over talking about this. So I felt kind of off on the video because, again, I don't want to be the Dave and Brie without Grace. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many parts to the story, and I was not involved in it at all. I don't know any of these people involved, so I'm like, let me just not have this where it's like so many people are hurt by it. There's so much like darkness. There's so much hurt. I've heard Tati's side. James has been quiet. Jeffree's side, and it's just all very murky and sad, and everything's really sad and kind of none of it really ends well for anyone. So
she said that when Jeffree got there and as they were talking, he did apologize for the Vegas trip once again. But when Dramageddon came up, he literally told her that he really doesn't enjoy talking about this, but since he's on the podcast, he's gonna address it and he's gonna talk because she's a little bit curious. That is such a huge lie. Every single chance that Jeffree Star gets, he's either throwing shade at Tati, he's throwing shade at James Charles, he's talking about Dramageddon. Every single podcast tour that he goes on, which is every single year, because he's going to have a new launch coming out. He wants to get a little hype for that. That's the only reason he went on the canceled podcast and the Just Trish podcast.
That's the only thing Jeffree Star has left. He's not relevant in the way of YouTube anymore. He doesn't have MySpace. That was what, decades ago now. The only
loved
thing
MySpace.
I did too, but the only thing he has to cling on to relevance that people even care about anymore is those stupid ass live streams where he drags people in the shit with Tati and James Charles. That's the only talking points he has anymore. And that's honestly, I think, the only reason he goes on podcasts.
for me, everything's been like good vibes. And I wouldn't even say Jeffree was bad vibes, but just overall, you know, I listened to you guys and kind of just gauge the situation. And I saw that he went on canceled, and, you know, in general, it just wasn't something I wanted to like partake in anymore. Like in the sense of drama, like I feel like we were in like different places. I'm in a very different place. And I was like, oh, I just don't want to bring that up, especially when it involves other people and it's like so heavy. When we talk about drama on here, especially Dramageddon, I feel like it's a key. It's like funny. We keep it as light as possible. And if there's any dark stuff, we try to like not talk about that. But I feel like it just was a little dark and heavy for so many people involved. So, and I don't know if anyone really knows the truth. When you say two sides to every story, I think there's like 6 sides to these stories. And I think like everyone says the truth is always somewhere in the middle. No one, I'm sure this will be like the biggest unsolved mystery Dramageddon because we don't know like the full truth of everything. There's so many parts, so many layers. And I don't know, I think just for me, it was just a little too heavy and a little too serious for what we do here. I love this platform of just entertaining people and not having to evoke negative emotions out of people and be drama. And in a way, I was hoping that for Jeffree too. I think he like understood when I told him and kind of agreed, because it's just like, I don't know if, I don't want to speak for him, but you know, I just don't know if that drama is the look we want. Or
I think Trisha gave a really good PR explanation for all of this. I think she did an incredible job covering this, but I also think she was blowing smoke up people's asses and she didn't want to post it. And I don't blame her for that. I'm not mad at her at all.
Well,
for
she
that.
really gauged the reaction from how people were acting about the canceled podcast because people were not happy. And the moment that she announced that Jeffree was actually going to be on Just Trish, she was met with her audience saying, we don't want this. This is not somebody that we want to see on here. Like, nobody cares if you're going to be squashing beef and all that. We're all past that. Hopefully you're past it a little bit too, but it's negative. Like, nobody wants the negativity.
Yeah, no, Trisha's in a place now where she's on Broadway. She has these live shows. She's doing so well for herself. And people don't want to see her mix back up with Jeffree Star because everybody knows what kind of person Jeffree Star is. Drama always follows him. He says that he changes. He does not change. You can go over on his TikTok live any time of day and see how he treats people. He's still a mean bitch. And I don't blame her at all. I'm not mad at her for that. If people want to be mad at Trisha for protecting her peace and protecting the people that follow her and not want to upset them, who gives a
She did say that it was just like very dark when it came to like talking about the drama and all of that, and she just did not feel comfortable doing it at all, so she wasn't herself.
the feel, I don't know, the vibes were, it was fine. I didn't think it was a waste of time. Like he actually apologized to me again for this Vegas stuff, and we kind of squashed that, and it's been squashed or whatever. So to me, that felt good. That didn't feel like a waste of time. It's just too much when like other people aren't involved and I'm just not fully like aware of the situation. I'm not a journalist. I am not someone who like can deep dive and get all sides of the story. So I was just like not equipped to do that interview. So, and in general, a lot of you guys know, you guys protect me so much in the sense of protecting my peace. It doesn't matter if it was Jeffree or anyone. You guys will always let me know. Hawktua, you guys had that intuition too. I was like, let me go on Hawktua. And everyone's like, no, Trish, don't go on Hawktua. You know what I mean? And look at this. The Hawktua scam happened. You know, the crypto scam. I was like, y'all knew. Y'all protect. Thank you. I know you guys want to protect my energy, and I appreciate that so much. And that sometimes I have to listen to that. Sometimes I need to, because sometimes I'm so in my world and I'm just like, no, this will be good. But I like to listen to you guys. And, you know, a lot of people just don't air. And I know a lot of people want to too. And I was like so conflicted. And I don't want Jeffree to feel like it was a waste of time. I didn't think I wasted my time. But we're just like totally different people, and I'm not in anything bad. We're just totally different people, and you know, different ways of life. But I do think what he told me is he doesn't like want to like relive this drama. I don't want to relive the drama, and I also don't want to be a part of drama or create more drama that doesn't need to be, and rehash these things that have already been somewhat resolved. But no, I appreciate him like coming out. I appreciate you guys literally letting me know what you want to see, because at the end of the day, it's all about the community we create here. And I think it's a safe space. I think it's a fun space, and I like to keep it very light. And, you know, all the people who are Jeffree fans, like, you know, I do think he's at a completely different space in life too. And all the people who are my fans, thank you. And our joint fans, I thank you for that. And, yeah.
We'll put it on a hard drive and we'll put it inside of the Birkin bag.
Ooh, auction it one day.
Yeah.
I think that Jeffree is not going to be happy that this Just Trish podcast. I mean, we've already seen people over on TikTok talking about they think that he's going after Michaela so hard, and other people over there. Like, every single clip that I see of Jeffree Star from these live streams that he does, he's always saying something like nasty to someone.
Yeah.
And just not being nice. That's why all this shit is getting clipped. So Trisha also said that she doesn't think that Jeffree is like really wanting to like be involved in drama. That's another lie that Jeffree told you, girl. Jeffree loves being in drama, especially every single time a launch comes around. Jeffree thrives on it.
That's all That's his whole brand. If you look at Jeffree Star's brand from start to finish, it's outrage, 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 outrage. The way that he talks to people on that TikTok live, I sound like a broken record, but he literally acts as if he's a queen on this live stream, and you are...
He's an elitist.
100%.
But everyone knows that Jeffree Star is an elitist. He lies to people and says he's like this sweet, nice, kind person.
He's not.
I was watching a live stream the other night. It just like popped up for me of him with Eugenia Cooney. She's getting dragged right now because she came out with a video where she was like, yeah, make America great again. And she was like doing the Trump dance. Well, Jeffree was on her live stream and people were like bringing that up and they started talking about it a little bit. And when he started going off on these people in the comments, it wasn't like calling them a name or something. It was immediately, you're just so fucking stupid and you're irrelevant because you have 0 followers. Haha, you're a nobody. Girl, is that the best that you First of all, not everybody wants to do social media.
Yeah.
And not everybody wants to have fucking followers. And not everybody spends all day, every day, Jeffree.
Girl, literally, like, at almost 40 years old, he just had a birthday. He turned 39. On the same day, I turned 37. He's 2 years older than me. At almost 40 years old, Jeffree Star is trying to read people down because they don't have followers.
So with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. Please leave us a clown emoji down below if you've made it this far. Also, I really want to know people's opinions on cancellations and what Fannita said at the beginning of this video, because... again, I have to agree with her.
I'm with Fannita on that. Like, you're not going to cancel somebody when there's literal PDF file supporters out here still making millions of dollars, getting recognition.
If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button as well as the thumbs up, and we will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.